Welcome to the final matchup of Week 5 here for the Perfect Alliance League. I am Maze, joined by Landon, and these teams don't really want to waste any time, but as we're in that Banner Protect, how are you doing? It's good to have you back.
Well, I appreciate it. It's fun. I know I was a little bit sick last week, but I'm happy to be back. I'm ready to be casting these Perfect Alliance matches, and it's coming down to the wire. These are the last couple matches, and these ones are as important as ever. It's not just how you start; it's how you finish. And these guys definitely don't really have a problem. They're the top 2 records right now, sitting in the Perfect Alliance League. Definitely 2 talented teams. We're going to see who can possibly come on top. But obviously, we are now in a Banner Protect phase.
We certainly are in Kinetic Armor, immediately targeted there by Arcitys, as that's definitely one of those special abilities that is just so good on a map like Hardpoint, Evac Hardpoint, I should say. And I'm liking these targeted bans as well, because we saw the VMP was protected, but the MR6 out of play, the Vesper out of play as well. And we've seen that EZG has made some plays with that Vesper, as we've seen in the previous series that they were featured in. So Arcity's not going to be able to use his favorite weapon, but instead, he's going to be able to equip most likely that VMP. But the good thing is that specialist draft is in full effect right now, and the Scythe and active camo there for EZG going to be utilized. Meanwhile, on the other side, Purifier and Heatwave picks so far.
Yeah, it's interesting to see on a map like Evac, especially, like, which you decide to do. Like, do you have 2 weapons? Do you have 3 weapons? Obviously, when it comes to, like, the Scythe and the Purifier, the main ones to kind of choose from. But like I said, Khasmo could actually go for the Tempest. So, in some cases, like, this is kind of an interesting move. But, in the recent patches and whatnot, I believe the Tempest and also the Sparrow have been, in some ways, buffed. Like, their aiming in is a lot easier. I think the overall hit detection is a little bit better, for you to connect on long range. So, on a map like Evac, definitely going to be useful if you do have some of those weapons. And it looks like a lot of the teams... at least both of these teams are taking full advantage of that. One thing that I'm actually interested in, though, is why Khasmo chose the Tempest over the Purifier. I was thinking maybe Munibro possibly goes for the Purifier and they run with 3 weapons. But just in general, though, I think 9 times out of 10 definitely go with the Purifier over the Tempest, just because of how lethal it is when you're inside of a number of different hard points, especially on this map.
Yeah.
Close quarter situations can be what's called as Purifier's paradise.
Oh, I completely agree with those small hills, particularly the Kitchen Hill. And of course, mid could be potentially a good area if you're getting that stairs cut off. But overall, yeah, I completely agree with you there. The only time you'll really see that Tempest shine on Evac is for those hills that are on those longer lines of sight, such as the evacuation hard point, and of course all the way by pool or glass side. That's a good hard point to hold down with the Tempest. But overall, it's really player preference, and I think for sure that Infamous is going to have himself a little bit of a better time with that Purifier on this map.
Without a doubt. And as we get obviously ready to hop into the game, players just editing their score streaks and whatnot, I want to point out in the Banner Protect phase, we also saw that Perk 1 Greed be taken off the map. And obviously, Perk 1 Greed, the main 3 perks that you're going to have in that first spot are going to be something like Overclock, Afterburner, and also Flak Jacket. So you're only going to be able to use at least one of those. So do they vend for using something like Flak Jacket, which also can kind of produce the nades, or they go for Overclock? Do they try to go for Afterburner? Because on Evac, especially, those long wall runs, especially around the map, could come into play as well. So it's kind of interesting to see that already on the map as well, so you're not going to see too much. You can kind of have to pick and choose your classes. You might see a couple different classes with a number of different setups, but obviously Evac Hardpoint getting ready to kick things off. We got EZG going up against Resent Gaming, the top 2 teams currently in the Perfect Alliance Online League. I believe it is Resent currently sitting at 10-2, and EZG currently sitting at 9-3. So it's a battle of the Titans. Evac Hardpoint will be where we start off. As we get ready to hop on board, Maze, is there any team that you're specifically looking out for? Not necessarily a player, But when it comes to this team, I mean, obviously you've been casting 95, if not 100% of these matches up to this point. Either squad, who you think is going to have a hot start off, or who do you think needs to kind of, in some ways, make sure that they're on top of their game?
Well, I'll tell you what, EZG is on a 7-win streak in our league right now, and that's something that speaks volumes in and of itself. I'm looking for them to start hot, and that's why I'm on board with EZG to start. Arcitys already off to a 1-0 start, but he's getting heavily contested here. Resent is getting the points early because they were able to get those initial gunfights to go their way, and now it's going to be Fraxel that has to pick up some kills. He gets shut down, and Resent, though, able to hold down, and they have the only points in this hard point so far.
They do, absolutely. And one thing that you're going to point out especially is whenever you get ready to rotate, obviously, this next set, which is going to be inside of Kitchen, is you want to make sure to have that back heli spawn. So that's going to be something to kind of point out. Make sure that you have, just in general, but looking at the setup right now for Resent Gaming, they've obviously had a great start up to this point. Having the spawns, looks like one gun engagement, get ready to go down. Can Joel hold this one down? It looks like his teammate's going to do the work. So this is going to be currently, as the EZG players trying to make their way through, possibly trying to get those stuns and maybe even set up, but it looks like it's going to be Resent who's there. Brolic trying to grab the last couple of seconds of scrap time, and he will be able to do that pretty successfully. But 35-2 start for Resent. You got to see EZG pick this one up and fast.
Yes, they do pick it up really, really fast here, as that is something that they needed to be able to do, is rotate as early as they possibly could to get those spawns and then push out that hard point in Kitchen. So far, good control by EZG, as a 2-kill spree by Brolic is the only thing really going well for Resent, but he immediately gets taken down, and just like that, Stumpy 3 kills of his own and make that 4. He's on that spree that he's been looking forward to, and just like that, EZG is within 12 points, now 10, and they are fully streaked out, some of the players at least, and Stumpy's looking good here for EZG as well.
He is without a doubt. We'll see how he defends to use those. Could possibly use these in this next hill, which would be very big. It's very wide open. It looks like he's going to go and ping that lightning strike, so you're going to see that come down and possibly grab a couple of kills off the break. Not going to do any work, but at least